expect?
Man, that nigga was that Japanese guy was in shape.
I mean, well, what did you expect him not to be in shape? Kelly, before we talk about Wildcat, we're going to dive into that. But really quick, you brought up this point. I wouldn't even have known, quite frankly, if you didn't tweet this out, because I think you're the only person like tracking this, which is good. The Japanese, after, the British have been waiting a long time to get to us, right? Ever since the independence and everything, and we beat them up and kicked them out, right? Although, I mean, it's not necessarily my ancestors, but still, right? The United States. But nonetheless, finally, they got to the U.S. They managed to hook up Japan, and now Japan is number one. Because you know what I heard about the Japanese?
Man, that nigga was that Japanese guy was in shape.
Those motherfuckers are in shape. I heard they're good. So first they're beating us up in baseball. They take our pastime. Like, give me that pastime. Now it's their number one sport. They're beating us in the World Series of baseball. Right, the best baseball players in the world, like Otani's right there. And then he's good at pitching and batting. Like, what's the matter with this guy? He can't be good at both. Like, what's going on right now? Like, pick. Are you a pitcher or you a batter, bro? You know what I mean? But anyway.
It's looking ugly out here.
He's phenomenal. He's like the best pitcher, the best batter in the league. Like, what's going on? Like, how likely is that? And then you got like Inoue, number one pound for pound, in my opinion, dominating. Now they got the most world titles, or world champions, I should say, in boxing.
Yeah. So MLB Americans are now the North Americans are now the minority in MLB. You talked about other sports, but boxing here is struggling. So let me tell you how bad it is. And every time I do this, they said they confuse champions with championships. I'm talking about championships, and I'm talking about the real championships. 4-belt era, WBO, WBA, WBC, IBF. So we now only have 13 belts. We only own 13 belts. Japan owns 14 belts. And nobody, like you said, is talking about this. I don't know why that is. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know if that's because they don't feel like it's a big story. I can't see that being the case. Or if American journalists want to downplay that. I'm not sure what it is, but this is a big story. I don't remember that ever happening. I don't remember a case where USA had second most belts. I think we've always owned the most belts. But let me talk to you how bad this is, because had Tim Tszyu not got that cut and Fundora doesn't win, we'd have 11 right now. Fundora's owns 2 of the belts. Terrence Crawford still owns 2 belts at 147. He's not even competing there. Boots Ennis was emailed the belt at 147. Devin Haney lost his last fight, and he still owns a belt at 140. It's really, Tank Davis was emailed the belt. So if you look at the belts we have and you look at, it's all consolidated in the middle weight classes. We don't own much of anything lower outside of Bam Rodriguez, Oscar Collazo. You have to go up to 126.
Chicano's saying that they have the little dude belts, but it's not like the U.S. has the big boy belts.
No, we don't own anything north of 154. So we're all consolidated here between 135, 140.
Hey, but Canelo lives in San Diego. Can we adopt him? Kind of like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want to adopt him.
Yeah.
Let's adopt him. But other than Oshaki Foster, we don't, it's all between 135 and 154, all our belts. And some of those are email belts. Some of those are just guys holding belts until they move to a different division. It's ugly right now. It's really ugly. The world has caught up officially. And people keep doing this thing where they say, well, Japan has these lower weight class belts. What the hell's the difference? I don't understand. Why is that? Why does that make it? We have 17 weight classes for a reason. They're real weight classes. So what the hell does it matter if they own them in the lower weight classes or not? And I think over time, what we're going to see is because of Japanese boxing having this explosion, I think you're going to have naturally more Muratas come along at middleweight. You're going to have more guys at higher weight classes coming out of Japan. And you got to look at it too. Mexico has double-digit belts right now. So they're closing in on USA. They'd have the same amount of belts as the USA right now, I believe, had Tim Tszyu not lost that fight to Sebastian Fundora. So it's just ugly, ugly times right now.
Yeah, man.
And people
But
are going
we're
to do
still-
this thing where they say too, well, the belts don't matter anymore. The belts don't. Bull crap.
Okay.
It's bull crap because Usyk cares about the belts. Canelo cares about the belts. Crawford cares about the belts. Inoue cares about the belts. So if the top fighters in the sport, Bivol better care about the belts because they want to fight for undisputed coming up soon. So if the top 6 fighters in the sport all care about the belts, then the belts matter. They matter.
Yep.
If they're not above the belts, then you're not above them.
So U.S. is still second, and then Mexico's third, right?
Correct.
How far is Mexico from the U.S.?
They have 10 or 11. I gotta look at the updated. I gotta update it, but last I checked, they have 10.
So Navarrete like it's kind of fucking them up a little bit right now. You know what I mean?
Right. That's right.
Feliz,
Navarrete,
feliz,
Navarrete,
feliz,
Navarrete.
próspero año y felicidad.
My God.
Salute to Remy in the building. Another dude.
I'm a hard-working man.
We appreciate the support, brother. All right. And wheelchairman John in the building as well. Shout out.